Hi, I'm Lisa Wallen with Directional Learning, and today I'm going to be teaching you, teachers and parents, all about rhyming. So, rhyming is super important so that your student can develop phonological skills. I get a lot of students that walk in my office that have no clue what rhyming is. So, rhyming is, as you know, it's a comparison of sound when listening to two words out loud. Like if you say the word cat and sat, student has to compare what part of the word is rhyming. Well, that's the problem that I get. I get students in my office that have no idea that words have, let's move this, words have direction. So if I took the word cat and sat, they wouldn't know what to listen to that rhymes. I get older students in here. They just know cat and sat rhymes, but no clue why it rhymes. So this is why I teach it. So we teach this, we break the word into pieces that the word has a beginning, that's what this one means, the middle is what the two means, and three, the ending. Well, essentially they're listening to the middle sound and the ending sound to compare if they're the same. And here in this word, they're the same. You can see visually that they're the same letters, they're the same short sound. And that parking spot 3, this letter here, they're the same. So you have a match. And what we do is we have them decode it just like I've done here, where it shows them that this is a short sound. And it shows them the parking spots, what to listen to. So we do that, and that makes it really helpful for the student so they can visually see if it matches for a rhyme. Then we move them to more complex words like this, blue and blue. Notice they're making the same sounds, but we teach them that they can be spelled different, but as long as their sound is the same, just like this word in their ending, the sound oo and oo is the same. So if they match, then they're a rhyme. So all you need to teach this segment is you'll need a whiteboard, you'll need some markers, you can go to directionallearning.com and you can download our clip art so that your student can decode. The best way to have them rhyme is to have them compare two words first by decoding. That's why we have all these shapes here. So we're going to take these two words and we're going to decode them and then compare them. And they'll be able to visually see that they match, that they're a rhyme. So remember, the first thing we do when we decode is find the vowel, the red letter. There's a red letter. Then we look next door. There's a blue fly, which is a consonant. So that's what these shapes mean. Then remember, we have to pick the sound stick. Is it going to be a short sound or a long sound? And remember, if this red letter has a blue fly next to them, this red letter is going to cry its baby sound. Which one's the baby stick? This is the baby stick, so it's a short sound, okay? And then they're going to number the word, okay? So let's have them number the word. They should have done decoding already with you. So these are parking spaces. Our letters live in parking spaces. This is the beginning sound. This would be the middle sound, and of course, this would be our ending sound. So we have a beginning, middle, and ending. Then they'll touch each sound. K, at, cat. The word is cat. They know this is a short sound, so they make the short sound. Pretty easy, right? There's one red letter. They're hearing from one red letter, so it's a one-syllable word that they built. Okay, let's go to the next word down here for them to decode. Okay, they'll find the red letter, the vowel, look next door, there's a blue fly, and it's a short sound. Notice that this is all kind of the same. Short sound, blue fly. Okay, then they can number it just like they did here. There's the beginning sound, there's the middle sound, there's the ending sound, and it's a one-syllable word. Okay, now they can touch the words to see if they match. Okay, so here this word is at, cat, and this word here is at, sat. So rhyming, this is where you tell them, this is how we can tell if it's a rhyme. We can tell if it's a rhyme by looking at parking spot 2 and 3 on each word. Now, parking spot 2, notice the letters are the same and they both have short sounds, right? They both have short sounds and the letters are the same. Now, look at parking spot 3. The letters are the same. They're both blue letters and the letters are the same. They're like twins, right? So that's what makes a rhyme. Parking spot 2 and 3 have to be the same. They can be the same letters, so the same sounds. Watch, this would say at, this would say at. Even if we brought in a star, There's my stars. Okay, so let's cover up parking spot 1 and parking spot 1 in this word here. Now, if we read parking spot 2 and 3, this says at, at. This says at, at. Notice that they match. So we have a matchy match. So if there's a matchy match, then guess what? It rhymes. So that's kind of how I teach them that at first. I teach them that the letters are the same and the letters are making the same sounds initially. Then we'll move on to more complex words where the spelling is different, but the sound still matches. So this is how I would teach them that this word matches. Also, you want to tell them by taking away the stars, notice parking spot 1, they're not the same letters or the same sounds. Well, that's how a rhyme works. The beginning sound can be different. The beginning sound can be the same too. We'll learn that. But the sounds can be different in parking spot 1. Only parking spot 2 and 3 have to match. So we taught them that by decoding, now they can see that they match. Then they can read it and compare it to see if it rhymes. So what if I change this to the letter M? Then this says mat. So mat, cat. It rhymes because parking spot 2 and 3 are the same letters. That's why it rhymes. Notice it's the same vowels and it's the same consonants. And notice that there's only one red letter, so it's a one-syllable word. So that's why it rhymes. I can even change this M to a P. And now I have pat. So pat, cat. So cat and pat rhyme. Tell them, do you notice that we're only switching out parking spot 1? Parking spot 2 and 3 are staying the same, and that's why it's rhyming. So you can give them letters to make new words, okay? So you can use the wooden letters for this if you like, or they can write the letter too. Next, I would give them a simple word like this. Notice I changed the vowels out. So you want them to know that the vowels can change, but as long as the vowels are the same and parking spot 3 is the same, then it's a match. They can visually see it's going to be a match. 10, hen. Then I would give them wooden letters to switch out maybe the parking spot 1. Does it match? Men, hen. It does because the vowels remain the same and so did the blue letters. Okay, you can give them, what about if I switch it out to menden? Yes, because I only switched out parking spot 1. Parking spot 1 can be different. Then you can say, oh, okay, what if I give you a vowel like this? Well, we switched out the vowels to the same letters. So min, din rhymes. This is a nonsense word. You give them nonsense words. Okay, you can ask them if it's a real word. You can even switch out the vowel here. Does that rhyme? Well, the vowels have to be the same, so it does not rhyme. Okay, they can even say it. Men and din does not rhyme. It doesn't sound the same. Some may say it sounds the same, but they can visually see that it's different because the a and the I can sound the same. If they're having problems with this, you can tell them for this letter here, say the sound. Have them watch your chin. Your chin will go down. Your chin moves as you say that sound. The sound does not. Okay, so you can work with them on that, just having them move the letters around to see if it rhymes. Next, I would show them that we can have long sounds in the middle. So in order to rhyme, you would have to have a long sound in the middle, and same here in the middle. And notice our consonants, our blue flies are still matching. So I would just have them decode this. Let's see if these two rhyme together. Okay, and then I know when they have two red letters, this one is quiet, and the first one gets to scream its letter name. It gets to make the long sound. So then they can touch it. Eat, meat. And they can number it too. So same thing, I would just kind of have them walk them through it. This is the beginning sound. E is the middle. And that's the ending. And you build a one-syllable word. Now let's check to see if this word here is going to rhyme with this word. And they can see visually it should, because you have an EE in the middle and you have a T at the end. So they can go ahead and decode it. Red letters. This one's quiet. First one gets to scream its letter name. The word is eat, feet. And they can number it, same thing. So you get the idea. This is the middle. And this is the N, and they built a one-syllable word. And let's see if it rhymes. Meat and feet, they do rhyme. So you can have long sounds too to rhyme. And you can even do a comparison with them. For instance, I would cover up the first sound, especially if they're younger students, or have them cover it up with stars and have them see that it's the same. You can have them read it even. You can tell them, is this a long sound? This is a long sound. These letters are the same. They make the same sound. Same with parking spot 3. Here's our next word. You can have them decode it. This is going to rhyme too. Now, notice that this has an extra letter. It has a digraph in it, so we can have a digraph to rhyme. So this would be eat, sheet, and this would be feet, sheet, feet, rhyme. Remember, these two don't have to be the same, so you do want to throw some digraphs in there. You could throw a blend in there too, and there's 2 letters there, but it's a blend, but they'll still rhyme, sheet and fleet, because parking spot 2 and 3 make the same sound. These two don't have to be the same letters. Something else you can do is you can switch out the blue letter here too for maybe a different letter and ask them if that's going to rhyme visually looking at it. And they could tell you that they should be able to tell you that parking spot 2 and 3 have to match. 2 is the same, but 3 is not. So sheet fleam is not going to rhyme because parking spot 3 has to be the same. Next, I would show them a word like this where you have the vowel teams at the end. Notice this word does not have a middle, nor does this one, but their ending is the same. Notice that they rhyme, so you can have a word that has just a beginning and ending, see, a beginning and ending, but as long as the ending rhymes or is the same, then it rhymes, okay? So you can have that. So next, we're going to move on to a word that is spelled differently, but still rhymes. Okay, now we're going to have them decode a word like this. Notice our letters are different, but the sounds are going to be the same. So they're going to rhyme. Okay, so I would have 2 words set up just like this. I would have them decode it like we've been decoding. Okay, and then when they have this one decoded, I'd have them read it. Eat. The word is beat. Okay, let's read this word. Eat, feet. Do they sound alike? I would ask them. And they may say yes, and some may say no because they're just visually looking at this. So the ones that say no, they're visually looking at it, saying, no, it doesn't match. I would tell them, okay, well, let's cover this up. Let's cover up the first sound to check. So I would do something like make a star. See if I can make a star. I would cover that sound up. Then I would cover that sound up. And I'd say, let's look and see. Do they look the same? Almost. But this has the letter E and A, and this has EE. But the sound is the same. Okay, let's read it. Eat, 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 eat. They say the same sound. But notice that they say the same sound because the second letter is covered up. We're not hearing from the second letter. We're only hearing from the first letter, E and E. So guess what? It rhymes. Eat, eat. So you can have different letters as long as they're making the same sound. It still rhymes. Eat, eat. Then you can uncover it and have them read it. But eat, beat, eat, beat. Notice parking spot 2 and 3, the sound is the same. If the sound is the same, then it rhymes. The sound is the same. It matchy-matchies. So it's the same. So beat and feet rhyme. So as long as the letters make the same sounds, it's a rhyme. And tell them why they make the same sounds. You have 2 red letters. This one's quiet, so is this one. So you're only hearing from this letter and this letter. Notice they're exactly the same letters. Notice they're both long sounds. That's what makes it rhyme. And parking spot 3, they're identical letters. So that's what makes it rhyme. We're going to show them trickier words to rhyme. with vowel teams and silent E. We can have vowel teams and a silent E word make the same sound, just like in these two words here. Look at the middle sound here. You have two red letters, second one's quiet, and it screams A here. Now this will scream A too because of silent E. And then if you look at parking spot 3, our letters are the same. So that's why this word says main and main. Now, they're spelled differently, but their sounds are the same, so it's a rhyme. Now, these words here are spelled differently because their different definitions mean something different for each word, so you want to give them a definition as they decode this word and this word here. And you can tell them, notice that in parking spot 1, the sounds are the same there. They can be the same. In this case, they're the same here. So that's how I would show them a silent E word against a vowel team word, that they can still make the same sounds as long as parking spot 2 and 3 are the same. So now we're going to move to silent E, a silent E word against another silent E word. Okay, you can see I have a silent E against a silent E word that rhymes. And as long as the vowels are the same, you can tell them, and same thing with the consonant, they're gonna rhyme. So this is make and cake. You can give them different words like this so that they see. And they already saw that a vowel combination, a vowel team against a silent E could rhyme as long as the sounds are the same. Same with silent E, as long as the sounds are the same, they rhyme. Take a word like this, chalk and rock. Now this is going to rhyme because notice the middle sound says ah, so does this sound say ah? Now notice they're different letters, but they say ah. And here at the end, they're different letters, but they both say k. So in order to understand this, I would have them decode it first. So to have them decode this word first, there's a red letter, here's a blue letter. It's going to make a short sound. So let's try it. Ch, auk, chalk. Did that make a word? It did not. Now I would have them look at the word and notice that it has the apple in it. Remember the apple? We use that reference in the handwriting program. Well, it has the apple in it. So remember, words that have the apple or the letter A in it can sometimes make the dentist sound. So imagine somebody went to eat the apple. They took a bite. It turned into a rock. Now they're at the dentist. Ah, ah, ah. So that's what happened in this word. So I would have them make that letter there. Then I would have them silence this and then touch it and say the sounds. Ch, ah, k, chalk. The word is chalk. So this is only making the ah sound. Okay, now they need to decode this word here, and they can do that by, let's add a blue letter, because it's missing a blue letter, I notice. And it would be a short sound, right? So say they decoded it, now they'll read it, rock, rock. The word is rock. So chalk and rock rhyme because this makes the ah sound, this makes the ah sound, this makes the k, and this makes the k sound. And they can even cover it to prove it. Awk, 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 awk. They both make the same sound. Here's another example of a words being spelt differently, but they make the same sound. So notice that these two letters, well, we ran into the apple again, so somebody thought it was an apple. They took a bite and it turned out to be a rock. So now they're at the dentist, ah, ah, ah. So that's the sound that you would make if you were at the dentist. You would say ah. So sometimes in words, the apple can turn into the rock, and the next letter here would be silence. So the word is hawk. Hawk and rock rhyme because they both have the same sounds. So see, visually, if you have them decode a word, now they can see why it makes the same sound. So that's super helpful for the student. Now that you taught your student how to decode to rhyme by seeing and hearing the sounds, now we're going to have them compare sounds by just rhyming. So no pictures, just you and the student. You're going to say the word and they're going to hear it and compare the sounds and tell you if it rhymes. I would give them an easy word like maybe a CVC word. I would say, does mop and pop rhyme? And they can listen to it and tell you if it does. Tell them, remember what we're listening to. This would have 3 sounds, so you're going to probably have 3 parking spots. So does the second and the third parking spot match in each word? And they should be able to tell you it does. And if they say it does, then keep on giving them words to see if it rhymes, comparing it to them. Now, if your student's having problems, this is where I would stop and finger spell to rhyme with the student. So I'll show you how to do that. You want to have them use their left hand for this, and they're going to lay it on the table. And then when you get ready to finger spell, you're going to have them number their fingers. This is the pinky, so this would be parking spot 1, and this is parking spot 2 and 3 for their fingers. So their fingers are going to get parking spots so they can finger spell it out. Okay, so they've already learned how to do this with the parking spot, so it makes it easy. This just makes it more multisensory for them and gives them a visual picture. So then I would take a CVC word here. And as far as the numbers, you can number their fingers by putting stickers on their fingers to help them remember, especially if they're younger. Or you can put the stickers on the desk or table so that they can tap it out too. That works too. Whatever you need to do. Okay, so I would take a simple CVC word like this, and I would have them lift their hand from the table, and then as they say each sound, they're going to tap it on the desk or on the sticker. Okay, so the first sound is, let's take the word mop. So let's finger spell this. You can have this written on the board for them at first so they can see, okay, what they're doing, then take it away, okay, after you do your next word or maybe third word, take it away, and they're just going to be they're just going to be hearing it. Okay, so the first sound is so do tap it out, p, mop. The word is mop, okay? Let's do the next sound. P, p, pop. So what sounds alike? And then they can say the middle and the third sound, the ending sound is alike. So it rhymes. They can also, if they don't like blending it, they just want to hear the sounds because some with low working memory might not be able to keep all that in their memory. They can go op, and then the next one, p, op. Are these two the same? They are. Now, if they had a word like pie and lie, only 2 sounds, then they would go I, because remember, I is the last part. I. Does the ending rhyme? It does. Notice there's no middle sound. Okay, so that's how I would do it with a student. It's fun, it makes it multisensory for them, and it's a fun, quick way for them to learn the same way that we've been doing it. And sometimes they just need this little extra element to put it all together for the student. It makes it multisensory for them too. So we thank you for watching Directional Learning, and we can't wait to teach you more. Make sure you subscribe to Directional Learning.